Hey everyone, welcome to Extreme Bronco Live. We're here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm with my special guest.
Gavin?
You're not my special guest, you're the guest. You are the host. I'm your co-host.
Yeah.
So tell everyone real quick. So we had a hope by the way, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and you know, just ate a lot. I mean, it's kind of like the weekend to do it, but
Yeah.
tomorrow back to, eating twigs and berries and whatever else you got to do, right? Granola bars.
Yeah.
So we had a good time. We actually got to drive the Bronco Thursday, Saturday, and yesterday. Hey, Mike Max, how are you? Blueford, All Terrain Nation. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you guys being here nice and early. So we don't have a guest tonight. We are will be so first of all, we have a very cool surprise for Gavin at 7:20. My wife's going to bring it here.
I don't know what it is.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay. And then we're going to announce here in a couple minutes our guest for next week. I think you'll want to check out next week as well. So Thursday we got to drive the Bronco all over the place here. Nothing crazy. We didn't go off road. It was just you and I rode in that, right?
Yeah. And
So
by the way, hey Terrence, and hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving too,
Terrence,
Mike Max.
Terrence, hello. Nice seeing you or nice talking. I would say seeing people. I can't see people. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Nice talking to you or nice chatting or whatever we want to call it.
Nice typing.
Pilgrim Wanderings, hello. How are you? I hope you had a great weekend. Overlanding for fun. Hey, what is up? So Saturday we drove the Bronco and I had one of those. I know this sounds funny, but we've waited on these Broncos forever, right?
Yeah.
And so I know Dave with All Terrain Nation's already done this, so he's beat me to it a little braver than we were. We went to the movies, right? Yesterday.
Yes.
Today's Sunday. I'm all messed up. We went to the movies yesterday and I actually parked like we almost had to hike. Take an Uber from where I parked to the building.
Yeah.
We were next to a Tesla. What was the model?
Model 3.
Model 3.
It was a blue.
Okay, so yeah, so we were the only two cars out there. But anyway, I didn't want to, I know one of these days we'll start parking with everyone else. But we took it to the movies. Went and actually saw Ghostbusters, by the way.
Yeah, really good movie.
Really good movie. Nothing to do with Bronco, obviously, but if you get a chance, go see Ghostbusters. It is truly worth it.
Yes.
Just like the Bronco.
It's worth 2 hours.
So, yeah, well, you know how manufacturers, and Gavin, you haven't had this experience, but I can promise you, manufacturers have a way of screwing up a great vehicle that they used to have, and then they've iced for a few years, and then they bring it back.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the competition.
I don't think any car brand has brought back a vehicle, as better than it was.
Yeah. So, the Bronco came back strong. It's got, obviously we've talked about it each week, the capabilities, the cool factor, what you can use it for. And, a few things that we don't like about it that we're trying to work through.
Yeah.
Actually, though, our list on that is like short, right?
Yeah.
It's just a sun visor. I'm sure I'll figure something out. But the movie Ghostbusters it's similar, right?
Yeah, it was the Afterlife too.
The Afterlife. Yeah, it was a great movie. It was a great movie. They were able to bring it back, and then in the end, it was like, wow. Powerful. So go watch it if you haven't. Pretty cool.
Not gonna spoil it, so.
Not gonna spoil it. So
yeah, it's worth 2 hours of your time.
Absolutely. 2 hours of your time.
Yeah.
Man, you have nothing but time. You're just like 10 years old, living your best life. And
well, I'm saying it's worth two.
By the way, why don't you give a shout out to whose hat you have on tonight?
Yes.
So early Nash, early Bronco. So we were able to get this hat last year at Supercell East. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So nice sporting that hat there. It's actually pretty awesome. There, get that in there. So on the Bronco, so we actually drove our Bronco. I actually broke a 1,000 miles. There you go. Man, cover that mop up. Look at that. We were able to break 1,000 miles this week and have a whole 1,300 miles on it. I know. Wow. Congrats. Hey, everybody give me a hand. So
not a mall crawler.
Yeah. Not a mall. Well, no, you get 1,300 miles going to the mall in a hurry, but we are technically a mall crawler until we take it in the mud or sand or something. So mud's something that I'm not really interested in, but the sand is it. So we might have that second day trip planned for this coming Saturday, maybe.
Yeah.
weather permitting, we're going to head up to the Shenandoah Valley and check out some cool stuff.
Yeah, and by the way, for you off-roaders, if you off-road, which most of us do, that are in our chat right now, so in our community, mud equals pain.
And money. Yeah.
Yes,
So
mud equals pain and money.
all right, what do you
Water
think?
bill.
What do you think about that? Speaking of mud, that cyber orange Bronco, that 4-door, that you
Oh.
want to talk about send it. They sent it through. How deep would you say that was? If he would have let off the gas,
6,
I think
7
he would
feet.
have he would
He
have been
would-
in some real trouble. So if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, there's this TikTok video. It's on Bronco, I think 6G and 6X, where this cyber orange Bronco goes into this mud. Okay, Mike Mack. So apparently, you know, he goes into this thing, and thank you, All Terrain Nation, for that super chat. Thank you very much. That is absolutely awesome. We do appreciate it. Help us grow this channel out and get some cool
Wait,
features in here.
David says that he can't hear, or I can't hear you.
You can't hear it. So are we having some audio issues? Can you hear me? Hey, can everyone hear me? Hit in the chat real quick.
Type in chat if you can hear us.
Okay, so everyone can hear us, I guess. I mean, we're having other people chat. So anyway, see if it's any better now. How's that?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit closer to your mic.
Hello.
Hey, can someone comment? Can you hear us pretty well? Yes. Okay, Blueford, thank
Okay,
you very much.
yes.
Mike Max, thanks. So
It might just be your headphones. The audio might be dead.
yeah,
or
maybe
down.
All right, thank you, Pilgrim. I appreciate that. So the cyber orange 4-door went through this I don't know, little pond, creek, frozen somewhere up
That's a
in
bit more than
British
the
Columbia, and man, and then he actually got air on that little bump on the end.
Yeah.
Now that is getting it done. I was watching that. What did we watch it like 3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the definition of driving your Bronco the way it was meant to be driven, right?
Yeah. But not almost sinking.
Kind of has this up right here behind me, the driven, but yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate it, Terrence. Thank you. And Mike Max, once again, thanks for letting us know you can hear us. Yeah, we've had, in the past, I think we had some software issues.
Yeah.
So we had some old software stuff, and we're getting it worked out. You know, this live streaming stuff is relatively new to me. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing it how long now?
Couple months.
So we started this channel. Technically, I reserved the name July I think it was late July 2020, but I didn't do anything with it until April of 2021, right before we went to Supercell East.
Yeah.
So
and
what
that really got us going.
Yeah, it got us going.
And East, the Bronco tailgate on the Cyber Orange 2-door, not tailgate, the swing gate review on my channel, Gavin's Toy Garage, is actually my most viewed video.
Oh, that's right.
It almost has I think it either has 1,000 views or almost has 1,000 views.
So Gavin has this other channel that we're going to start building out for him, Gavin's Toy Garage, where the toys for Gavin can get bigger and more expensive the older he gets.
Yes.
But yeah, you did that really cool 2-door Cyber Orange, and that was good. Do you remember what trim that was? Did they even have the badges on it?
I think it was either Wild Track or Badlands.
Okay.
It was either Wild Track or Badlands.
We'll have to go back and look some of the pictures in there. But
yeah, I'll go look at that.
All right, Pilgrim Wonders, that was a evil truck. Wonder if Ford will warranty it. He broke something in his transfer case. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, so, I didn't see, obviously, I just saw the end of it. Yeah, so that's the guy who has the oil change video out that we were watching not too long ago that we were kind of looking at. But yeah, I didn't know that was him. Wow. Okay, so, yep. Yeah, that's so he broke something in the transfer case. Well, here's the deal. Rock crawling, off-roading, doing a little Baja stuff, so high speed, bumps and stuff, that's one thing. But getting that much air really is, it's a stressor on some vehicles,
Yeah.
If you think about the geometry of the suspension, right?
Yeah.
As you come off the ground and everything drops down, you're pulling the, yeah, he did a build for SEMA. Yeah, I do remember, Mike. I do remember seeing he was headed out to SEMA.
And luckily he did that after SEMA.
SEMA, yeah. So
transfer case.
I should have him. Yeah. All right, Dave. Thanks. Hey, and I appreciate that super chat, by the way. Really do appreciate it. You know, all that helps our channel grow and helps Gavin to get him some more gear and all that good stuff. So maybe next week, get you a long sleeve shirt, man. You make me, so I'm dressed for winter and you're dressed for like it's July in Tampa somewhere.
Is it warm? You're always warm-blooded?
I guess. I don't know. Makes me think too much.
If I have a high tolerance for cold. I can wear short sleeves in cold.
I know you can. And that's why off-roading and going camping and stuff is going to be good for you. So
yeah, because I don't care. I'm like, it's 3 degrees outside. Tank top, not tank top. Or
you don't wear tank tops.
Short sleeve
shirt. Yeah, we can do that. So anyway, so Gavin and I would like to do a little short camping trip here, just something close by in the area. Maybe we'll do it. But I don't really want to wait until spring. So are you up for that?
Yeah.
Like, what's your threshold for temperature? I know what it is as your dad. I'm not going to allow you
30.
to. No, that's too cold. So yeah, it's got to be like, maybe if we get a night that's going to be low 50s, we could do that. So we'd do something in the low 50s. But I really don't want to wait until spring to do that camping trip. You know, we just got our Bronco September 24th.
But we also have to get the hard top. Oh, actually, I saw this accessory video, and there are these, you can take off the soft top, or I think you can keep it on, actually. And then you bolt these brackets onto the hole. Or no, you have to have the soft top off. But you can mount this. It's, I think, I don't know, 4 brackets, metal bars across. It's not hollow, it's solid. So it bolts into the holes.
On the sport bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on top. And then you can mount the tent on top of that. So you can do it with the soft top.
Really? Yeah. But the soft top has to be down for it to be on there.
Yeah.
Check that out, man. I didn't even see that yet. Good job. You're about to show it to me later.
Video. I cannot remember, but
now how does a 10-year-old know that and I don't?
I saw it on the video.
Help me out, brother. So that's pretty cool. We'll have to check into that. Now, the goal, well, the thing for me is find out, does the top have to be down? Maybe someone here has seen it tonight. So if you've seen it in accessories, let me know. If not, we'll check into that. So, all right. Okay, I'm back. All right, Alteration. Hey, All-Terrain Nation, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm just glad, we had some gremlins in the technology for like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I thought I got them all out, and I was just afraid it was like the Ghostbusters movie. It just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You liked that, didn't you?
Yeah. That was a really good movie.
So today, Gavin and I were driving to do some filming in the Bronco, and I'm gone in 60. Hello. Thanks for tuning in tonight. So Gavin and I were headed out to do a little filming today, and a friend of mine called, and he's also a real estate investor, as I am, and told me he had a hot deal on a piece of property.
Mm-hmm.
So we went by and looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're considering it. We'll see. We've got to look at the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go knock some walls down or anything?
Yes. I've only done that once with a hammer, and it was fun.
It was fun. Just don't do it at our house, right? I don't care how fun it is. Mm-hmm. So we'll give you the right outfit.
I can't promise.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. So yeah, Gavin loves this real estate thing. I think by the time he's driving, we'll have you flipping houses while Mom and I are sitting on a beach somewhere, calling you every 5 minutes to ask you, are you?
By the way, when I was really young, I thought when you said we're working on a house to flip, I thought you meant actually physically flipping the house.
What, like a pancake?
Yeah, no, like getting an excavator or something, or like chains, and attaching it to a couple of trucks and flipping it onto its
We've
roof.
taken an excavator to a house or two, but it doesn't end up well for the house. I want to, what we should do?
What?
We should maybe knock the next house down, leave the roof intact, and drive the Bronco on it. Would that be good marketing?
The roof would break.
Or is that just crazy?
Just go.
Now we're just getting crazy. So anyway, we got to drive the Bronco this week. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday. I didn't drive it Friday. And then we did Saturday, just running around, but I'm trying to get the miles on it. Becky had this idea that maybe we take it to the Outer Banks this weekend. I'm looking at her over here and she's smiling because she still thinks I'm not going to do it. It's going to get dirty, sweetheart. So
not a mall crawler.
Well, we were at the mall watching the movie though. So technically,
Well, it's not crawling through the mall.
Yeah. So anyway, some of the best footage in the world. We have a friend with a Jeep, a Rubicon, and I think it'll be good for him to go down. That'll be good, right? And we get to do some, sort of side by side. And it's interesting. We haven't seen another Bronco out since last weekend.
Yeah.
So we never see, sorry about that. We never see anyone when we're out in our Bronco. So it's just like, they're starting to trickle out. By the way, did you see the picture of Town and Country Ford down in Alabama?
Mm-mm.
So they had, I don't know how many in a row, but they had a ton of Broncos. If I had to guess without even thinking about the picture, I think they probably had like 20 of them, 15 to 20 in a row. And that's a lot.
I've only seen a dealership with 3. And that was in
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that where we saw the engine stickers from Mexico and stuff like? Yeah. And then there was there was 2 or 3 Outer Banks.
Yeah, 3 Outer Banks.
One's a demo.
Yeah, one demo and 2. Orders.
Okay, yeah, got it. So anyway, so the Broncos are starting to really show up, and that's the other thing I'm seeing. What's strange is you start, like, especially on Instagram and on YouTube as well, you start following other people and looking at their channels and their content. It started out that we were all reposting stuff like this right here, specifications, which, by the way, always keep right here because you never know when somebody's going to ask you.
I have to grab something real quick.
What the induction system is on a 2.3 or a 2.7. But we're starting to see a lot more Broncos out, and it's it's really cool. Oh, you have to get your water there. It's really cool to see these Broncos out, and I was trying to. What was before you headed off stomping across the room there? What were you getting, by the way? Your water.
Yes.
Okay, getting your water. What were we talking about? Seeing Broncos, Big Bends, Outer Banks.
The 3 Outer Banks.
Yeah. Anyway, I lost my train of thought there, but I know what it was. When we're following people on Instagram and YouTube, watching or listening to their content or watching their pictures. So watching their content. Everybody's talking about the specs and the trim and the options, and they were talking about all this kind of stuff. And now you're starting to see those people take delivery of their Bronco. And I really think that's cool. We took delivery of ours September 24th. And up until that point, it was, we were talking about Townsend, Tennessee, Texas Off Rodeo, a few dealers getting them here and there, a few seeing some show up here and there. So, it's pretty cool to really see how the content's changing on some of these channels, people going from reposting pictures and talking about the specs to actually getting to enjoy their Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes, and Pilgrim wondering, I agree with you. The first or the last sentence, just get it dirty.
Hey, Terrence, you're still waiting on, and by the way, I'll get back to Pilgrim in a minute. Terrence, you're still waiting on yours. I think you have a white base. Sasquatch, is that what it is? So hopefully, I don't know if you have, I guess you have your build date, hopefully by now. Also, Pilgrim, you did a trail ride last week. I saw someone else, I think I saw the picture on your Instagram account, and then someone else posted it as well. And they said they met up with some really great people in the Panhandle there. And I saw your Bronco. I think it was on the far right-hand side of that picture. So that's really cool. I think, we're looking to take ours. I think the first thing is the beach.
Yes. And
you guys tell me how much, when you go to the sand, are you airing down? If so, how much? I guess it depends on the sand, right? It depends on how fluffy it is or how dense or recently rained. But you go out on sand. I don't care if it's rained the day before. You drive on it 5 minutes, suddenly it's loose again, right? So are you airing down to go into sand or not? I know rock crawling you are because you want the tires to form. You want the rocks to form, and I'm going in 60. I saw that. I think you posted a comment on our YouTube video yesterday. So that's awesome. Congratulations. I know it's, the best thing in the world is when your Bronco's being built actually by the hour. Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You and I, we were stalking the train bringing our Bronco after it was built. So, but we knew the day it was, the build date, the actual build date. So it was pretty cool. And All Terrain Nation, by the way, I know a lot of you watch All Terrain Nation as well. If you haven't, this video of them getting their Bronco is really going to be something to check out. So keep an eye on that. I just saw Dave comment; he's wrapping that up. So that's definitely be a good video to watch. I'm sure it's going to be rich. Not airing down on sandy trails here. Some say so. Yeah, and momentum is key, right? One thing I learned in Texas off rodeo was it's all about momentum, right? When you're going down a gravel, a rocky ledge or rocky hill or whatever you want to call it, but you have that real small gravel and it's loose. The worst thing you can do is just get on the brake, and that's why the trail control, trail descent is really good. It allows the computer to ease it down and actually going up the hill, because then you're going to lose traction going up the hill as well. Mm-hmm. And what happened, and I'll tell you what happened, a lot of people think, well, go ahead.
It's like going up a hill, barely going. I mean, unless you want to stall your engine or get it at a really high RPM. You're going like this up, you're going slow, then you hit the brakes or something, then you just go
sliding back. Yeah. The biggest thing that happened to me in Texas, and this is something you have to work on.
Yeah, sliding up the rocks.
Well, as we were going up this rocky ledge, that where I came out of the wash and the one that had a lot of water in it. And what happened was I was trying to keep just a little bit of pressure on the gas pedal, and I went over a pretty big rock. And as the Bronco bounced, my foot hit the gas. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's why that, trail control is a really good idea. So you can help ease, it's a lot better than me just stabbing it with my foot and going from there. So
I'm going to be right back.
All right. Be right back. Hey, Becky, why don't you bring up his surprise? It's a little early. Yeah. Wait for him to come back and then bring that up. So we have a surprise for Gavin here. It's going to be pretty cool. And I'll probably end up using it more than he will. So Becky got to drive the Bronco. We have a video that we're uploading tonight with my two teenage daughters. Haley, my oldest daughter, drove it. My other daughter sat in the front seat. And so we get an honest opinion from two teenagers on what they think about the Bronco as well. And it's pretty cool. I think they both want one now. So that kind of gives a little bit of how the video went. And then Becky got to drive it. I say got to drive it home. I know. She can drive it whenever she wants. But it stays in the garage, and it's purposely squeezed into a place that she's not comfortable backing out. But she can drive it anytime she wants to. So, it's pretty fun. So we actually got to use it this weekend. If we get to go on a road trip next Saturday, that's going to be cool. And then we have to hit the beach, and I don't care how cold it is. We're going to have to make that tour. So I'm going to try to line up some friends. And hey, if you live in the southeastern part of Virginia, just hit me up in the comments, and maybe we can coordinate something. That'll be cool. If you have a Bronco, even if you don't have a Bronco, whatever you drive, let's go down there and let's have a good time. We'll probably just do Hatters instead of Corolla this time of the year. Or somebody pop some audio here on us, and we definitely don't want the audio on the old YouTube. You hit the TV control. So here we go. Hey, Gavin, come here, buddy. Sit down. Get back on camera. So I was in Sam's today, and I saw this here. Here, let me have it. Here, you hold that side, and I'll hold this side. Check out what we got, Gavin, here.
I mean, you can't wait for Christmas for that.
No,
you like that?
It can't.
No, they didn't have an Area 51, but we'll take it.
It's fine. It's
a little lifted.
You look, it's squatchy. It's squatched.
Yeah, Sasquatch.
So anyway, what do you think, everyone? What do you think? We're gonna have fun with that. So who do you think?
Like that?
Yes.
Let me see in the comments who's gonna play with it more, Gavin or Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right, so I'm gonna go set this.
Yeah, take it over there. So trust me, I'm sure there'll be a video coming, and now someone's gonna have to get me one.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody's gonna have to get me one here. So. Yeah. Gavin's all over the place with that. So are you happy?
Yes.
All right. So are we going to open it up tonight?
Yes.
Just don't rip the box. We're going to try to save the box on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but these Broncos, they've got a yellow one, Extreme Bronco. We kind of need that with an Extreme Bronco Live, right? Mm-hmm. They have that at Costco. But that red one there, we got it at Sam's in case you want to know. and we'll see how it does. Yeah, we'll do a review of the toy Bronco. Yeah. So are you happy?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
Sorry if you heard that
Anytime.
on the mic.
Oh, that's all right. So it's all yours, my man.
Thank you.
So you're gonna have to let me drive it though, just because Maybe. Okay. So yeah, but we had a great time with the family this weekend, and it was cool. I did some Instagram posts and kind of what we were up to, but hopefully, like I said, after next weekend, we'll have some good stuff there going to the mountains, and then we have to hit the beach. We have to quit talking about it. We have to go get the Bronco dirty.
Yes.
Now I'm seriously having a struggle with PPF, or just doing a ceramic. I mean, I get it. Ceramic is protecting your paint from other things other than physical damage, even though there may be a little bit of resistance in there for that. But rocks are going to chip the paint. I did see someone. And by the way, we have to talk about the top noise tonight, because I'm just like, I don't know.
We have to do it in the next 3 minutes.
Why is that?
Because.
Oh, your bedtime.
Well, getting ready.
Getting ready for bedtime. So anyway.
No bedtime.
I'm still struggling with the PPF. Do I want to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on that? Or are we just going to put our logo on the side, or how are we going to do that? So like, we're trying to keep it on the down low. I probably even should say the logo on the side, but I mean, it's, at this point, a lot of people are doing it. It's no big secret, but can I make that logo help? If we design it in a way, can we help the lower doors, right? The doors. Man, you're just like ecstatic for that. Are you happy about that?
Yes.
It's a happy kid right here, by the way.
When did you even get that?
I got it today. Yeah, I got it today.
I thought you went to Harris Teeter.
No, I went to Sam's. I thought you went to Harris Teeter. And I went there to get it for you.
That's why it took you long.
That's why I dropped you off with your sister.
Yeah, and that's why it took you so long.
That's exactly right.
I thought that he was just going to Harris Teeter to grab some adult drinks.
Yeah, but anyway,
and come back.
So, and let me go back through some of the comments here. Yep. Yeah. Terrence movie, I saw the video. Yeah, Gavin's all over the map. Terrence. Yeah, you see the video with my daughters. It's going to be really, really great. So we did a live with my wife. Then with the video that uploads tonight with my daughters. It's fun, we kind of had a little bit of fun with that. But as the Bronco starts to get a few miles on it, and we have a date with the dealer here coming up December 8th. We'll talk about that right after that, why it's headed back. And that'll be that next weekend. So anyway, next weekend, please tune in. We will have the awesome folks at Pickens Party of Five. Might be Party of Two, but their YouTube channel is Pickens Party of Five. Terrence,
thank you.
Terrence, you're a good man, Terrence. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
Is that for me or Gavin or the channel? Yeah. No, it's for our channel. But
no, Bronco payment.
Yeah. Pickens Party of Five. Yeah, we got a long way to go. Pickens Party of Five will be here next Sunday. It's going to be cool. It's going to be great. We're going to talk to them a little bit. Typically the questions I ask is how, why, when, where, how did YouTube fit into the life and the Bronco stuff, and how it ends up right now and being a super successful channel and all kinds of cool stuff. So, all right, Terrence, thank you. I appreciate that.
10 for channel, 10 for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you have a truck to go play with. That's battery money, because I'm sure you're going to wear the yeah.
Well, SUV.
Actually, it's rechargeable.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's going to be
probably double A's.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show next week as well, and we do have some more technical stuff coming up in a few weeks after that. Hopefully we're going to get our special engine guest back on, so we can talk about some of the questions about EcoBoost in general. People want to know, should you use a catch can? Will it void the warranty? What type of gas should you use? 87, 89, or 93, or 91? Depends on what part of the country you're in. What should we use there? I don't know. You're ready to go play with your truck. Yeah. So what kind of fuel should you use there for the best long-term performance? We know that the higher octane is better for horsepower, especially for towing. If you're really doing some cool stuff off-road, but is it bad long-term, or is 87 bad long term. Now, which one is it, right? The manual says 87, but anyway. Did you see the pic? Well, you did see it today because you were talking about the trip. Gavin was amazed, right? So obviously he doesn't drive yet, but he was amazed that we have the two trip odometers.
Yeah.
So we could do there and back, or what did you say with that?
I said
it was a new thing for him.
Yeah. Or I've never seen it before. I know it's been used before. I'm not saying it's new. I'm saying it's new to me. Like, I'm not thinking if we go to California, or when we go to California.
When, not if.
Across country, we could maybe use trip 1 or trip 2, maybe.
Yeah, trip 1 there, trip 2 back, because we are going 2 different ways.
And to Colorado for west.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think we're definitely doing west next year, providing everything happens. But Gavin was amazed by that. But the point of the video was where were we? 19. Let me look at the video, or let me look at the picture here. We were I think we were at 19. Oh man.
And as soon as he shows me this picture, I'm gonna
19.5 miles per gallon, or MPG, miles per gallon. So that's not bad. Now we are at 1286.6 miles and 51 and a half hours on the timer.
And at that time we were at 128 miles to empty.
Yep. So there's your trip 1 you were amazed with.
Yeah.
Wait till you start driving, man. You're gonna have all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
So the reflection's too bad to see it. You're not gonna be able to see it. All right, you can give up now. So, but
give up now.
So I guess as we get more miles, get more time, that miles per gallon could possibly go down, but you might be able to see by the 19.5. What I'm not doing with the Bronco is that I'm not sticking my foot in it yet. So I'm definitely taking it easy. I'm a big believer in breaking an engine in. I know a lot of people say you don't have to break the new ones in, but just old habits are hard to break.
Yeah.
I really believe there needs to be that time for that engine to, just to cruise around and just not stick your foot in it. But and I'm looking forward to seeing how much like get up and get it's got.
Yeah. So I'm gonna head out and play with air. Go ahead and charge and unbox my Bronco.
Are you?
Yes.
All right. We want to tell everybody goodbye, and thanks for the super chats, by the way.
Goodbye. Thanks for the two super chats.
From All Terrain Nation.
All Terrain Nation, or David, and thanks for the 20 from Terrence.
Yeah, we really appreciate all that's really cool stuff. I'm not going anywhere. Hang tight. Gavin is going to wrap it up. All right.
Yep.
Have a good
Bye,
one,
everybody.
All
good
right.
night. See you in a later video.
All right, so Gavin's going to go play with his car. He's a little excited, can you tell? He's getting ready to knock our camera over.
Sorry about that.
Hey, well, 2 weeks ago was the chair. Yeah. And tonight it's the camera. I don't think the camera anywhere. But anyway, so Gavin's excited, and that's what it's all about, folks. When with me and Gavin, when we're Gavin and I, my wife will be up here correcting me in a minute. When Gavin and I are out enjoying ourselves in the Bronco, the full size Bronco. Now I'm gonna have to say which one, the small remote control one. When you see his eyes light up, he just loves that the big Bronco. He loves it to pieces, and I'm sure he will this one. There's that something there, that connection, that connection there. It's just I don't know. It's just fun stuff. And so the Bronco's cool for me, but it's really cool for them. And I got to see my daughters in this drive it yesterday, which will. Check out our channel tonight. You'll see the video where my daughters got to drive it and they really got to enjoy it. It was really a cool thing. So anyway, this whole Bronco experience, it's been great, and getting us out. So, so 1,000 miles. I agree. I'm going in 60. I see Dave, you haven't gotten in yours yet. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how many miles you have on yours, David. And you want to buy my Mustang? Yeah. I have 3 Mustangs now, Terrence. So I'm right now I have a space issue, and my wife is like not having any more cars right now. I have a 66 Mustang GT, a 91 Mustang GT, and a 2010 Pony package. So I am Mustanged out. And the Bronco was the thing. Probably June of 2020, I didn't even think about a Bronco. And it was late June, maybe the first week or 2 of July, might have been a day or two before the launch video that Ford did. A friend of mine said, "Hey, do you know the Bronco's coming back?" And I said, "Nah," I'd always heard these rumors, but it never happened. And so I kind of passed it off and I went online and started checking it out. And sure enough, there it was. So prior to, let's just say the first part of July 2020, a Bronco wasn't even in the wheelhouse. So, I was just doing the Mustang stuff by itself, and the Bronco fits all kinds of needs there. And today was another day of driving it, and seeing people look at this thing, they just, and the Area 51 is really like, I love the color. When you see it a certain light, you're like, well, it's not too flashy, it's not too crazy, like on the scale of pop. But we were at Starbucks today and we went out to the parking lot, and it's just so clean, stealthy looking, right? The carbonized gray grill, the carbonized gray fender flares, and that color and a certain light. It's just awesome. So there's a part of me that says, well, maybe you want a flashier color like race red, like his remote control one. And that's a cool color. But man, I am just really happy. And that goes back to my first instinct. What was the first color I picked? It was Area 51. So it ended up being the right color for me. So, the Bronco selection, when you go by the Jeep lot down the street, it looks like a bag of Skittles. I mean, they have every color you can imagine. And that's a cool aspect too, because if you like, what do they call it? A gecko green, or, bright orange, or they have a really strange blue color. I have no idea what it is. It's in between Area 51 and like maybe Velocity blue, but man, their parking lot, like I said, it looks like a Skittles bag. So it's pretty cool. You drive it. Yeah. I'm trying to read this here. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. So in Peugeot, so driving, but watching in my carbonized gray 2-door 2.7. That's awesome. Yeah. That's the coolest thing in the world where we've come with technology. You can drive down the road in your Bronco, listening to a live stream about Broncos. Right. So it's just a crazy time. And, we'll see how everything pans out. But here's the last thing we want to talk about today, because we're going to end the stream a little bit live, but it's the tops. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm seeing so many comments and people, and I say so many, I mean so many, but it was one in a while. And that seems to be one a day about driving a soft top Bronco, even a hard top, that is making too much noise. Maybe I have the odd one in the bunch, but my Bronco is not loud. You hear some tire noise. That's the nature of the tread. Also the size tire. There's a little bit of, you can hear through the top, right? So if somebody's outside the vehicle, you can really hear them clear, but I mean, you hear that in anything. But so yes, it is louder than, say, our Range Rover. Honestly, though, our Range Rover, because of the tires that are on it and the suspension, probably has almost as much road noise as the Bronco. I mean, maybe slightly less, but like literally it's there. I don't know. Is it just me? And maybe I can't hear that well, and which my wife's accused me of that, but maybe it's just me, but I just don't think the Bronco's loud at all. And I think that if you're looking for that vehicle that is that quiet, the Bronco's probably not for you. We were talking about luxury versus use, and luxury versus utilitarian type use. I like the marine grade vinyl. I like the mechanical seats, the ratcheting seats where you ratchet it up and down, and you have the manual, you have all the manual controls on your seat. I like that in the Bronco because it fits what my Bronco is. It's that workhorse. It's that off-road machine. And it's also nice, right? I mean, look, heated seats, heated steering wheel. My B&O sound system works for me. I know some people don't like it. It really works for me. I mean, we were jamming on it today and it sounded cool. But like, there's a lot of luxury in that Bronco, but there's also the fact that if you take it out here and get it dirty, you're not going to lose too much sleep over it. At least maybe you will at first, but eventually you'll get over it versus taking a Cullinan or a Range Rover Sport, or even quite honestly, I know a Defender's made for it, but at the price of a Defender, do you want to go, scraping it up in the trees? I don't know. Some people do. I just think that the Bronco to me fits, but yes, it comes with a little bit of road noise, a little bit of sound noise, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting, I don't know. I read these comments. It's like, wow. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, um, so mine has excessive wind noise and I'm running MT tires. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think there's a way we need to gauge it. So if you drive an F-250 with stock tires on it, Lariat, that truck's pretty quiet, honestly, but it's probably quieter than the Range Rover. And the Range Rover, because it has such big fat tires on it and the suspension's not that forgiving, in sport mode. It is if you put it in regular street mode, and it pumps the airbags differently. But the Bronco to me is just not that loud. I think what helps me is that I've drive some older cars as well, the 66, which it's so loud from the engine, you can't even hear yourself think. So that's probably not a good example. But the 91, for example, it's pretty much a stock Mustang and it makes just as much noise. And I know it's 1991, but I'm just saying it, compare that to a vehicle. So it wasn't a shock for me. But now my daughter has a friend, her parents have a Jeep, and she said that their hardtop Jeep is as loud as our soft top Bronco. Now, that's one person making that sort of, comparison. I get it. But I just don't see it being a big deal. I mean, it's just me. So, yep. And I'm reading a comment from Blueford here. So many people are buying these Broncos who are totally new to this style of vehicle that they don't know what to expect. Many Wranglers get traded in way early because of noise and mountain. And that's exactly right. This is not the vehicle for the great MPG. It's not the quietest one to market, but it is probably one of the most fun. I think the vehicles you can have the most fun in. I'm not going to say in our video tonight, you'll hear something about more fun and funnest and all that other stuff. But for me, it's what it is. Like, this is an outlet from all the reality that we deal with. Today, we actually got to drive it to go look at some real estate. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm using it as a normal vehicle today. But the idea for this is to be able to use it off-road weekends, camping, doing something different. So who knows? Maybe I'll start driving it to work. I don't know, but I try to just save it for the weekends. That's just what we do here. Yeah, try the noise. Craig Whitaker, try the noise of a 78 Bronco. I can imagine. I had a 77 F-150 with 33s, which, by the way, I thought were huge tires. I had a big body lift on it, but I thought that was huge tires, and I had that truck in maybe 1988. I just thought they were big, and now here we are with a Bronco with factory 35s if you get Sasquatch. So pretty amazing. Yeah, so it's just where that's just what I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what people are expecting. And I think you go back to the marketing. The marketing was so good, it brings a lot of people in, and maybe even people that are not ready for that type of vehicle. And because of the nature of ordering, reserving and then ordering and then waiting and then driving, and maybe between reserving and ordering, you got a chance to drive one at one of the events, something rare like that. But a lot of people, the first time they drive a Bronco is when they get their Bronco. And then some people actually got to drive a dealer demo. I was lucky to ride in one in Tennessee and drive one in Texas, but the Texas thing was just telling you how to off-road. That wasn't the street. One thing my teenage daughter said yesterday, and it's coming from a teenager, she said it was amazing of how well it drove, but how capable it looked. And so she was saying it looks like it could go over just about anything, but it felt like driving her Mustang. And so I think that's a compliment to the suspension. And I get it. There's some weak points in there if you put big tires on it and you're hitting the rocks and doing some crazy stuff. So I get that. So with comfort comes maybe a little limitations. But for me, and I'm speaking for me, the 35s I think are going to do us well. Maybe one day we put 37s on it. Who knows? 77 F100 3-speed on a column in a straight. Yeah. Now that's just getting it right there. That's, I had a 74 Mustang 2. It had the original, the OG 2.3, the Lima 2.3. And the engine was incredible, like 140 horsepower. But it was a solid engine. But that entire car wasn't very quiet, but man, it was durable. I had an 83, I think it was an 83 Ranger, same engine, loud truck, always dependable. It never left me stranded. So, some of that stuff that I've driven over the years. And so when you drive the Bronco, it's like suddenly now it's creature comforts off the chart, cool factor everywhere. And it drives good. And so a little bit of road noise, look, to me, it's not an issue. So I know what I'm buying when I buy it. I know it's not going to be the quietest vehicle in the world. And if you like real quiet vehicles, maybe find one now to drive it before you take delivery of it. But I think most people get it. So, and Blueford says from Lima, Ohio. Yeah. So that engine plant there is incredible. That the lineage and all the cool engines that they've built there is just totally incredible. But that Lima 2.3 was a beast up until I think they discontinued it in 97, I think it was. And I think it rode off in the sunset pushing a minivan down the road. So yeah, it's but that Lima stuff's pretty cool. But anyway, get back to the vehicle. So I just think that when I read the comments, I just wonder, I get it. You really didn't know what to expect, but by the way, the road off-road is going to be rough too. I mean, it's an off-road vehicle, right? You feel some of the bumps here when you hit it, but it's 35-inch tires on there that like to grab stuff, but the suspension is great. The driving is great. So I don't see an issue with it, but I know somebody who can disagree with me. I did see where and I forget the gentleman's name that broke his tie rod ends like several times over the last few days. He's out doing some stuff out in Texas and there's the tires pointing out again. I mean, that definitely pushing that Bronco to the edge. I get it. And good for him. But I don't think I'll be doing stuff like that to test the tie rod ends in that respect. Tires that big, terrain that crazy, but never say never. I didn't think I'd own a Bronco, and here we are with one sitting in the garage. So yeah, we're thinking about custom plates, Mike, and I don't know if you're talking about the design of the Bronco, but I was trying to maybe the flying brick or something, but the Broncos is cool. I couldn't help. Somebody posted a video the other day. No, they posted a picture of picking up their Bronco. I think it was on 6G. And they said, if you don't turn around and look at your ride when you get out, we can't be friends. Every time I get out, I do catch myself turning around looking at it because I'm so daggone proud of this thing. It's so cool. It looks good. It runs good. I don't know how mine does off-road, but I know how another Badlands did in Texas. And they're all the same. So I kind of get it. I know what to expect. If I haven't taken it off-road, then that's one thing. But, I've had that luxury of looking at the sky and listening to somebody on the radio tell me which way you're turning. Johnny, if you're watching, thanks for all the great spots. Because that was a cool time. I mean, a great experience. But in my Bronco or our Bronco, Gavin, it's really his Bronco one day. I'm just temporarily driving it. We're going to have some fun here in the Outer Banks. We're going to do some cool stuff. So listen, I really appreciate, let's see, Mike Max, I had a 67 Bronco. Can't wait. Yeah. Look, if you've had a Bronco in the back, you know what to expect. I was the owner of a maybe 74 or 76. I think it was a 74 blue and white Bronco, uncut, rusted. I bought it for, I think it was $5 and sold it 5 days later to someone. We towed it home and sold it to somebody, made 400 and some. Well, I guess after cost, I made like $370 on it. This is 1994. But that Bronco was to the point where I couldn't fix it. It had a lot more work to be done for it or needed to be done to it. But that was my extent of Bronco ownership. But I've always had that, that desire to own an early Bronco, but just never made the move, never did it. I'm into Mustangs, right? And I've had my hands full with a stable full of Mustangs. So, hey, here we go. We got the Bronco and it's awesome. So, if we've got a green eruption green hardtop Badlands that's supposed to be built the week of the 20th and probably delivered the first couple of weeks of January. We'll see how that goes. There is some things in the works on that, which ought to be pretty cool for this channel, at least short term anyway. And getting back to our Bronco, we're just going to start spending some money on some cool accessories. I'm thinking to myself, how many people, and I'd love to know in the comments, how many of you are actually going to store your doors in the back and drive around with them? Like if you take your doors off, or you're more likely to leave them at your house or actually put them on board and take them with you. And I know that's the point of the bags and the tie downs. what I'm trying to figure out is I'd like to go with that rear cargo storage. But I think you lose the ability then to travel with the top on with the doors in the back. So I'm thinking, which one do I need more? I'd hate to lose that option, but I kind of like the idea of secure storage in the back and also having smaller compartments to put your small gear in. So, yep. And yeah, Mike, keeping your doors at home is probably the way to go. I mean, we think about these options and the cool factor, but are we actually going to use it? So I'm trying to weigh out the PPF versus ceramic coat and putting our logos in places. If we can design it so the logo will help. I know wrapping is not a protectant against, big rocks whacking the side of the vehicle. It only really helps for scratching and stuff. I get that. But it seems that there would be some type of barrier there. Even with PPF, it gets damaged as well. So I'm trying to decide on that, and I'm trying to decide on this rear cargo. I think those two things are the ones I can't decide right now, and so I'm just going to let it marinate. Probably after Christmas, after the Christmas, the holidays, whatever you celebrate, and then first of the year, make a decision to go with one of those. So. Yeah, I drive 5 miles and I'm on the beach. Yeah. Yeah. Living that close to the beach, you get to enjoy it all the time. So you'd be in Mile.3 Garage. Thanks for checking in. How are you? I've been watching some of your videos lately. Cool stuff. And I know you're talking to All Terrain Nation on that. And I look forward to that live as well, by the way. I know you're going to be on there soon. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing too, Craig. When you're talking about off-roading, or right, you need that space. And so I think the door option is nice for if you and the family are going out for a day and you decide maybe it's raining in the morning or it's cool, and you decide somewhere around midday, hey, let's take the doors off and store them in the back. Drop the top, enjoy it. But then on the ride home, it's going to get cool again, so you put the doors back on. I think that's the perfect fit for those door bags and keeping them on board. But I think, for me, it would be one of those conscious efforts where we take them off here at the house and drive around and then come back. It wouldn't be all, if I'm going out of town, the doors, are going to be on it. Now I may take the doors off wherever I'm staying and store them there, but I just don't think that I will be using them on board that much. So, yeah, I'll probably make that decision by the first of the year and we'll see what happens. So just wait and see. Do we do the rear cargo or do we stick with the option of the door bag? So, it's one of those decisions. I know it's first world problems. I get it. But when you buy this stuff, you want to buy something that you're going to use and be able to, enjoy, right? And part of the videos that we put here on our YouTube channels to help people that are trying to decide. We have the door, the folding table, I should say, on the swing gate. We have a video for that, and someone made a comment that they just received one, and it has these extra washers in it. So I'm wondering if the fix that our technician did to ours in the field, if it hasn't been fixed at the factory and they're shipping it that way. If you want to know what I'm talking about, check out our video on the folding table on the rear swing gate. There's some cool stuff in there. But as we go in to get these accessories, and that's another thing. When you decide on an accessory, are there any secondary issues or install issues that come with it that you need to know about? And so, YouTube is full of videos that kind of helps you with that. So it's definitely a cool option. So, let's see here we go. I'm trying to go through these comments here. Anyone else have anything? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see a turkey. Terrence is talking to Mile 3. I didn't see a turkey video there. That's pretty cool. I'm going to check up on that. I didn't see that one, but yeah, we've had a great weekend. So hope everyone else has as well. Let's talk about these options next week. We're going to see what Pickens Party of 5 is up to and see what they've got planned coming up and any new thing. And then hopefully the week after that, we'll be able to talk in detail a little bit more about some EcoBoost. If not, we're going to be into the options a little bit heavier. What are some of the first of the year options that we're going to do? Yeah, it is going to be a crazy month. We're going to try to get a lot of videos out for stuff that we want to talk about that we have now. And then we'll probably start planning some of the option build or the outfitting, fitting up, building videos of our Bronco in first of the year. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be pretty cool. Well, everyone, I am out for tonight. We have a extremely busy day tomorrow. I have one of those negotiating days from you know where, and I got to go prep for that. So, but I really appreciate the super chats. Thanks everyone for tuning in, chiming in. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to this every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a great honor to be able to do this and have you guys here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So, hey, I'm out. For the 27 watching this right now, thank you very much. And let's enjoy these Broncos and Mile.3 Garage still eating the turkeys. Yeah, man, we had a great, tonight's the first night of no turkey since what? I think we even had turkey Wednesday night. So yeah, hey, Pilgrims, Pilgrim Wanderings, thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. And we're out. And I think I hear Gavin running his Bronco through the downstairs. So I might want to go check that out. I think he just ran into a wall or something. So, but we'll definitely be back next week. Check us out next week. We'll be doing a little advertising for next week's show to remind everyone it's going to be definitely a cool show. Have a good night. Have a good week. Everybody be safe and enjoy the Broncos if you have it. If you haven't received your Bronco yet, it's right around the corner. And man, is it worth it. See you later.